Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. This reading today is about a major shift that is on the horizon for you right now. So, pile number 1, we have the zodiac signs Pisces, Taurus, Aquarius, and Virgo. Your significator card is Nile. The second pile, we have Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, and Sagittarius. Your significator card is Seth. Okay. Pile number 3, we have Gemini, Capricorn, Libra, and Leo. Your significator card is Imhotep. I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile with your significator card, your zodiac sign, the tarot deck, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is Nile. Nile is a very positive card. It is about a period of calmness and peace and prosperity, abundance, and happiness overall. So very, very positive on every aspect. Okay, let's see what else do we have. What is a major change, a major shift that is occurring in your life right now? For pile number 1, what is a major change that is happening? Let's get all the Oracle and Kipper cards first. Okay, starting with the Oracle cards, we have knowledge, nonverbal communication, time and space, generations, power, magic, life, energy, manifestation, secret, mystery, stability, protection, solitude, ordeal, seeds, potential, explosion, simplicity, humility. We have military person, main person, and living room. Okay, next we have submission with Venus in Pisces, vision with the Sun in Pisces, Venus in Leo with affair, and Mercury in Leo with drama. So we have 2 Pisces, 2 Leo cards. It's very interesting. So there seems to be a real shift in the energy, possibly from a more passive energy towards a more active one. No, actually, it might be the reverse. Sorry, it might be the exact reverse of that. There might be a little bit of contraction, but in a good way, in a way that helps you manifest something, do something. Maybe you have to work on something and you have to be more guarded. Is that the case? Because there's something here about other people and drama, or you being too much in the center of things might be hard. Because it's interesting that you go from the military person towards the living room, and main person is always the querent. So if you are facing, whatever you're facing is the future, and whatever is in the back of the character, it's the past. So military person could be considered the past here, and living room, the future. But what's interesting also is that military person is number 22 and the living room is number 21. So it's kind of like, there's also the number 12 here, and 5 because the cards are ordered by the signs, the zodiac sign. So maybe something in May and something in December. So major shift in May, and the results of that in December, possibly. No, now I understand. So maybe something in the past December, because there's this energy of back and forth here. So past December, something, and with all the Pisces energy and with all the fish, for me, many times they represent a message from your subconscious, something that comes from the depths. Because it's consciousness that is underwater. So it's like peaking above the water level here with the sun. So maybe in December you had a sneak peek of what could happen. And in May you are going to bring it forward. With Leo, I think it's going to call other people's attention. But it's like for now, things are not expressed yet. They are secret. There's a power in this concentration. It's like concentrated power that is about to expand. You had a sneak peek in December. It's going to manifest and be made material in May. So watch out for any major shifts in May. There is a build-up until that time. But I feel like there's work you should be doing, and it's going to bring about a lot of prosperity and wealth and abundance, peaceful, serene, without any objection. Although you might be kind of center stage, you can be in the center of attention somehow. There's also something here about power, getting power. Because this lion here with the drama, he's really unafraid to express himself. there's a kind of an embodiment, a certain embodiment that is materializing for you. It can be that if you are in any way connected to the performing arts, that this is the time where you are going to show something of your work and your vision. It's interesting that we have this kind of theater. It's like a window, but it also looks like a little theater, like a show. Consciousness. This is the Chariot card. Comprehension with the Page of Cups. Or understanding. Yeah, it can be translated to understanding. Source with the Ace of Wands. Three of Cups with celebration. There you go. The shift. This is the Wheel of Fortune with change. Wow. We are the world, or interconnectedness, or connectedness. 10 of Pentacles. Notice all the round shapes here. I feel like there's a certain consciousness or knowledge that is going to be handed down. There's going to be expressed once you embody this existence, let's say, that was possibly being hidden. It's still not the moment to show it off. I feel like it's going to really change around the month of May. The next biggest shift season, let's say. Because I think that actually it's going to be more than one shift. Something is making the wheel spin. It's as if you pushed the button, you did something that might be very small, might be very humble, but that starts this momentum. It builds momentum and it starts changing everything else in your life. And I feel like it's going to bring you a lot of comfort, a lot of peace, like a resting, a time for resting. It's going to change maybe from a time of, with submission and military person, a time of great discipline, a time where you had to kind of restrict yourself, restrain yourself maybe. A time when you had to maybe do things more on your own and not really communicate so much what you were doing. I think it's really going to start a movement, like starting a movement. It can also be that you are starting a movement or taking advantage in a good way, like it's like going on a train, catching a movement that you can also add to and that can make your life better. It can also I'm also seeing here with power and manifestation, magic. I'm also seeing something here connected with policy. So maybe you are going to have a more prominent role in policy making, if that fits your job or your desire to be more part of public discourse in any way. I see negotiation, I see going back and forth also, but I see just this momentum building, and that you're going to be a part of that momentum. You're going to be a part of that life force. There's a lot of untapped potential that you're going to have access to. And when I see drama, I see the intensity. I see something intensifies greatly. So it can be that you are now being a public figure, that you're now seen by everyone, or that you have a vision that people share with you, that people understand and want to follow. There are messages that are flowing, and communication is very fast, and it's making things go smoothly, and it's something that people will celebrate. So I think it's overall very positive. So if it is something that is about policy or politics, we all know that it's so hard to not be polarized or somehow annoyed or irritated by whatever happens, because it's difficult to manage all these different interest groups and pressure, groups that want the best for themselves. I feel like something here is like an agreement between many people, between many aspects, between many minds, and there's this understanding that people come together and kind of work together. There's this momentum that's really growing and growing and growing. I feel like there's this collaboration, and it's like a theater, a story that starts, and you were a part of it. I'm almost seeing like a play, something like a play, like a theater. Sometimes politics can be a little bit like the theater, like a drama, like people are trying to understand themselves and are trying to learn about themselves and what they fear and what they love and what they what causes them to retract and what causes them to defend and to want to be heard. It's almost like a play. It's almost like there's this game. But I think that you are going to be a part of a movement or something that brings peace, that brings serenity, that brings calmness, negotiation. People will sit at the table, they will talk, they will understand that they have things in common and that they want to solve these problems, or that they want to be kind of complicit in a story. They want to materialize something together. And from having a more like a stricter, so I think this card wants to come out. From having a more strict vision of how things can be, I think you're going to have a more easygoing and peaceful, tranquil environment, although there is this intensity. So I feel like the thing that you have to be careful about in this major shift is that you are balanced, that you are always balancing this peaceful serenity that is more neutral or passive in a way, with the more proactive and intense and expressive, and because it helps people process also. It helps people understand themselves. If there's the drama, the theater and the drama is a catharsis, is a way for people to transform their emotions, to transform their mental, emotional state so that they can move on and process their own stuff, the things that are happening in their personal lives. There's a lot about the personal and the collective here also. The intimate and the public. Wow, the rebel with the emperor. When I see this emperor, I always see someone who has the power to set their own rules. They carry that fire. They are a little bit, to me, this character is also a little bit like Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods and gave it to mankind. So it's this rebellious nature of humankind that sometimes sets us against the gods in a way. It's like we are challenging our own weakness and our own desire to be like the gods, or to have the power of the gods. And someone like Prometheus is trying to help humanity, right? Loves humanity. But at the same time, it's a rebellion against gods, against divinity. And divinity is what guides humans. So it's this paradox that I see in the rebel. Okay, so I think that the major shift in your life right now is also about making your own rules. So you're going to set your own stage and your own rules and the story that you're going to tell. So, but what is the advice here? That's a lot of things to do until May. It's very powerful. And the power to bring so much abundance with all these, it's almost like a revolutionary spirit that brings, instead of bringing revolution and chaos or just, the upending of order, it brings peace. It's kind of a paradox. Solitude. The Hermit. Wow. The Six of Wands with success. These two. Exhaustion with the Nine of Wands. And adventure with the the Knight of Pentacles. I think that this is saying that once you come forth and you are expressing your ideas and communicating who you are more clearly or louder with more intensity, it's important that you know how it will set you apart in a way, and also how to manage the success that comes from that, or how to manage the exposure. Because there is the risk of wanting to do everything all at once, and it's better that you do things step by step and that you don't overexert yourself immediately, that you take your time even after, because I'm talking about like May, but even after that, it's important that you are consistent and that you maintain the level of effort, and that there's a certain standard. So in a way, it's sometimes balancing this exuberance, let's say, with a little bit of, I wouldn't say contraction, but it's more like humility, in a sense that there's this appreciation of the smallest things, and that you can get some energy also from these very small details, as well as from the big, flamboyant, exciting, dynamic relationships and projects that you might be working on. So balancing this emotional roller coaster, because I feel like there is going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but it's all working towards this peaceful serenity, abundant, fertile, very there's a lot of potential in this. There's a lot of things to make everyone grow, and there's a lot of information going around, a lot of circulation, and you need to have your own downtime so that you can be a part of it all and you don't miss it out. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Your card is Seth. Seth is about the will to hurt. It can be someone, it can be a situation. It is overall a bit of a negative card. It's yeah, I feel like in this case there's a very specific aspect of Seth that has to come to the surface, and it has many different implications. It can be related to many areas of your life, very specific. And I feel like this is a very specific situation that you have to be careful with, or that is changing drastically. Okay, let's see what else we have. So we will see what is the major shift coming for pile number 2. I don't feel like you need any more of these, so let's just see what the Kipper has to say. Yeah, that's it. And this one. Okay. Let's start with the oracle cards. Just one. It says Cosmos, globalization, playfulness, the self, and spontaneity. Next we have gloomy thoughts. The focus is a little bit hard today. Okay. Expectation. And work, occupation. Interesting. Okay. We have indecision with Venus in Libra. It's interesting we have the hourglass here, so something about timing, expectation, expecting something. Negotiation with Jupiter in Libra, so both are Libra cards. Adaptability, Moon in Gemini. Saturn in Sagittarius with fulfillment. And the Sun in Virgo with health. You know, I feel like we have to get one more card here. Okay, this one. Companionship, again, with the Libra cards. This is the Moon in Libra. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. I have a few ideas, but I really wanted to confirm. We have 9 of Cups. The Knight of Cups. 10 of Cups. That's a lot of cups. Wow. Five of Cups. The Devil. I think that we have Seth here. So this is confirming this Seth energy. The Four of Cups. Listen, this is every single card is a cup card. So this is about relationships. It is about your emotional fulfillment. It's about how you feel about things around you, how you feel about yourself, about your life. I think that I get it. I think that the major shift that is occurring in your life right now is that you're going to push through a major hurdle, and it's something that was kind of done to you. I feel like there's a sort of a poisoning of your thoughts, of your waters. There's a poisoning of the waters that is intentional. It is a disappointment because it's something that you had to, it's something that you have to actively move away from. It's still ongoing. I feel like it's something that can stop you from being playful, stop you from being spontaneous, from being yourself. I feel like you can't really, I feel like it's like an unsustainable situation. It's something that can't really go on any longer. And I think you can change that through work. There's the need to work on it. Well, not exactly on it, sorry. I didn't mean to work on it. I think you need to work. It's like you need to keep yourself busy and working and taking care of your your own fulfillment. This is like being in a negotiation with someone who is not listening to you. And I feel like this is a bit of a recurring theme in my latest readings. It's not something that is completely new to me. Wow, this is really pretty strong energy. I had to take a bit of a break because it was so intense. I felt it in my body. I feel like something is making you sick. And I just reminded myself, I remembered that I had to study this condition that's called Munchausen by proxy. And it's when a caretaker is making usually a child intentionally sick so that they have the sympathy of health providers or of institutions or family. And it's a very twisted. I'm so sorry to be speaking of this. I think that this is a very negative energy, but I feel like with Seth, it's very extreme. It's something akin to that. So it's someone or a situation that is creating this not a momentum, sorry. It's like I feel there is the will to make you sick. Now, it can come from many different aspects of your life, but I feel like if you focus on work, you will solve this. You have to find like-minded people who can fill your cup and, make it plenty, make it abundant. People with whom you can share what is closest to your heart. And I feel like right now you need to apply that in work. So what you do every day, your work and occupation is becoming more important so that you can kind of ward off these evil spirits. I feel like this is influencing you because there is this gloominess, there is this melancholy that might be attracting, that might be confirming this feeling, confirming other people's negativity. I know this sounds a bit strong, and hopefully this is not applying to many of you, but I feel like you have to think of this as a fight between good and evil. And that is, it's your job to choose the best for you, to be your best defender and protector yourself. You are the one who has to take care of yourself first. Because I feel like you are giving other people too much space, and that is creating some sort of misunderstanding, because you do need companionship and you do need this capacity to engage with others, to give them, the reflection of their own ideas, and to also embrace a part of them, of course. So you need to be flexible and adaptable, but only when the intentions are good. Only when people's hearts are in the right place, and only when you are sure. Because otherwise you will be constantly blocking something, protecting yourself from something. And I feel like you have to put your energy in your fulfillment, in your own It's like your own life path first, because you need to heal from this overbearing energy. It's like you give other people, or in this case someone specific, or a specific group of people, too much space, too much. You allow them, maybe you give them too much time, too much of your time. There's something about timing here. Expectations, maybe you are expecting other people to do something and you're kind of waiting and you're bored because it's not happening. But in your mind, it should have happened, and in your mind, in your dreams, everything is happening. Everything is okay, but it's not. Because there's this energy, because it's not coming from the right place. It's not honest. Maybe it's even deceiving. Maybe it's even like evil. So I hope that it's not your case. It can have various degrees, but there is, for some of you, even a warning about your own safety. So please put yourself in a safe position always, first and foremost, because you need to find more space for your spontaneity and your playfulness, yourself. That's here. And because this card is also about globalization, this sense of the wider cosmos, of the macrocosmos and the microcosmos also. And the self is the analogy of the macrocosm. I think that you might get that companionship also from this connection to a wider network, maybe through your work and occupation even. But let's get the outcome of this. There's a major shift that you have to make here, because something is poisoning you, I feel. It's affecting your health. It's also slowing things down, like slowing time down. It's tiring. It's robbing you of your thoughts. It's too much on your mind also. 8 of Pentacles. So you see that focus on work, on developing your skills. And the Page of Swords. So speaking, talking, expressing ideas, getting inspiration from younger people, from people who are in other fields, working on other types of whatever interests you, whatever sparks your passion, your interest. Is there any more advice here? Ace of Pentacles. That major shift might also be about you are starting something else, something new. The World card. With the cosmos and globalization here, I think that this has to do with finding other people who are all around the world. So maybe the internet is something, so developing your skills and your work on the internet and sharing your ideas with other people, also being inspired by other people, keeping contact with them. I do feel like also receiving inspiration from different parts of the world, like exotic ideas with the adaptability. Four of Wands. What else? Yeah, the Knight of Swords. I feel like, yeah, with the timing here, I feel like there's an urgency here. Like you have to speed things up, not be so stagnant, sorry. I have this question here about the Four of Wands. What is it about? Six of Pentacles. Wow. I think you're getting major rewards from your work. So this is also telling you to really focus on your work, to give it your all, to I'm also seeing that you have to once you are free from this influence, you are able to give your all to what you're doing, because I feel like because this is affecting your health and it's affecting your energy levels, it's sucking the life out of you in a certain way, because it's more like a little poison every day, you know, a little poison in your energy every day. And it's not allowing you to put your all into what you want. But if you keep working at it and you keep pushing that energy out of your life, you are going to get immense rewards for your skills and for what you are doing. And you have to be quick. You have to have time for that. You have to use your time wisely. You can't be like indecisive and constantly trying to cater to an energy and to a person or to a group of people who are just sucking your time and using your time for nothing productive. Yeah, being productive, being very mindful of your achievements. Like, am I taking the steps? Am I doing the work? Am I using my energy and my time and my drive to connect with the right people, to embrace the right responsibilities, to communicate what I'm doing and to talk about what I'm doing, to receive new ideas, to am I available for that? Am I healthy, you know, enough for that? Because you have to have energy to put in this project that is going to give you immense benefits, because something is really affecting your emotional body. And the way you kind of get that energy back is through work right now. This is very specific. Sorry if it doesn't resonate with you today, but this is what I see. I feel like this is something very specific for someone who really has this battle going on with a really very evil, very dark energy that is also very twisted. There's this twisting of reality, this distortion. I think you need to realize how bad it is. I think this reading is helping you make that shift so that you realize how bad it is and how much you need to run away from that and put your energy into what gives you pleasure and what gives you fulfillment, even if that is not coming from your relationships right now, because this might be tainting your idea of relationships. And because we have so much Libra energy, I feel like this relationship part of your life is so key here. But to have that dynamic, but with work, but with ideas, with your skills, with expressing your, maybe in a more professional way, communicating and exchanging ideas. Yeah, I think that this is the way to get that energy back, get that health back. Nurturing healthy relationships also, because this came into your life for a reason, so that you can learn what is a healthy relationship, because just loving someone isn't enough. They have to love you back, and it needs to be pure, so that you have that 10 of Pentacles, that overflowing. It's like the sum is greater than the parts. For me, this is a really good metaphor for the 10 of Pentacles, because it's the overflowing. Two people get together and they create a family, they create a business, they create a project that is abundant and that grows and that expands into a wider circle, and it just grows and grows and grows. That's the dream, right? That's the expansion of your love. But it's also the reflection of your own self-love, of the way you express love for yourself. So in this case, directing that to work, towards work, is the best way for you to get it back, to get it all back, and then some. Because you're going to be there's a major reward here, like a contract, some kind of business agreement. I see you celebrating something and getting something, and also giving and getting. There's a trade, and it's a successful business, because it's something that everyone can gain from. There's no loss here. So possibly also this major shift comes when you start this new project. Or maybe it really starts when you say something to someone, or that person says something to you, you get a message. Do we have timing on this? Page of Cups. I think it's going to be, I'm hearing like a week. In a week's time. One or 2 weeks. I also saw that there's a full moon in Cancer coming in on January 13th. So maybe, and full moons in Cancer can be about family, emotional matters, emotional conversations, emotional confrontations, but it's a positive. It's bringing more light into this negativity. It's something that is kind. It comes with kindness and a good heart. So if there's a confrontation, a conversation, or some sort of exchange coming by this full moon, January the 13th, I think it will be very interesting to see, because it's a major shift in your life right now. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is Imhotep. Imhotep was the first architect of the pyramids. He was a very important person, and this card can mean building a home, building a house, building something, the importance of the personality who is building also to me, the author of what is being built. So putting a lot of your energy or your knowledge, a lot of information, a lot of spirit in whatever you are doing. And it's a very beneficial card and also good for all that is related to the home. Okay. What is a major shift that is coming for pile number 3? Just one card once again. What is a major shift coming? Are you changing home? Changing homes? Moving from... It's not moving, it's not the location that matters. It's more like the home, the building itself. Something about building a home, maybe? What is that major shift that is coming for pile number 3? So let's see the oracle card first. Masters, deepest fears, bravery, temperance, selflessness. Master. Being the architect, being the master, the owner, the master, the creator. We have theft, bereavement, and meetings. Okay, what else? We have intuition, Mercury in Cancer. Detachment, Venus in Aquarius. And decision, Mars in Gemini. I'm very tempted to think that you are changing your location with the detachment. Maybe and also with the meetings and the decision. I feel like there's a need for confronting something. Or confronting someone. It's also saying that your intuition is correct about something, and maybe you're going to get proof by confronting someone about something. Okay. The Page of Discs or Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles with work. The building. Building something. The World card. Finishing something. Finishing a building. The Lovers. The Sun. The Page of Cups. So what is the outcome of this? This is Temperance with art. And the Queen of Cups. I feel like I need to clarify. What is this decision about? The Prince of Cups. This is the King of Cups in this deck. I can't help but feel like this is something that is in the past here. It's like something that is dead already, that is gone. But there's some sort of like something coming to haunt you or to meet you or to confront you. And you need to leave that behind. It's kind of triggering something from the past. Some sort of memory, like a specific memory. The Seven of Pentacles with failure. The Four of Wands with conclusion. Okay, we have 3 more cards. Wow, a lot of cups. And court cards. They're all the court cards. All the court cards in the cup suit. The King, the Page, the Queen, and the Knight. Wow. The Star. And the Four of Cups. I think that this major shift is going to present you a great challenge so that you change your vision and you change your mind, because you're building something. But in doing so, in trying to do whatever you want to do, that is something that requires a lot of, grind and work and care and consideration. It's, like an architect has so many little details to consider. It's something that needs time. It's, imagine how long it took to understand what was the correct knowledge to build a pyramid. And the same thing with a modern home, for instance. There's so many details: the plumbing, the electricity, all the rules and regulations, all the kinds of subsidies or help that you can get or not, the kinds of fees and taxes, all the things that go, all the materials, the different lighting aspects, the temperature of the home, the lighting. It's so much to think about, because it's how we design our life. It's really it's so deep and profound, the work that you have to do. So I think that you're going to have a major shift in your mindset. And I'm going to get a more in-depth perspective about what it is exactly, but I can sense that it has something to do with understanding more about your connection to important people in your life, people who are connected emotionally to you. There's also something here about the location of what you are building. And there are two aspects here that I think are very important, which is there's an incredible emotional involvement with important people that might change your perspective on what you are doing. Maybe they will be a part of the project. And also the need to reevaluate your relationship with them, to act detached, to have a detached methodological approach to very rational, because Imhotep is about planning, it's about rationality, it's about being methodical, and it's a very conscious effort and a work that you are doing. But it needs a certain, it needs detachment and balanced energy, kind of neutral, almost like the temperance. Temperance is about combining opposing views and opposing aspects, combining opposites or very different elements and combining them and making them into something that is productive, that is of importance, that is relevant. It's also part of your dream, of your ideal. I think that also this major shift is also about you understanding that your ideals are not exactly perfect, and that you have to see things in a different way, because Four of Cups is about contemplation, it's about meditation, considering things. And maybe you have to kind of reconsider your ideas, your concepts, the thing that you're working towards. Maybe you have to negotiate. That's why the meetings is here. Maybe you have to kind of sit down at a table and negotiate with people what is, maybe it's family, because Imhotep is also about the home. So being around people who are meaningful to you, who are connected, heart-centered. There's a heart connection to this group of people. And maybe people need to talk about what's not working for them, because you have the Seven of Pentacles with failure here. I think that you need to kind of hash it out with people. It will, if you do this in a very balanced, neutral, emotional state, I think that you will achieve a great change. That major shift that's coming needs this temperance, this relationship factor here, because I think that there's something that is being lost with the theft and bereavement. There's this feeling of loss here, of not really getting things done, or I think that you need to communicate your feelings, because intuition here is, of course, very self-explanatory, but Mercury in Cancer, can you imagine? Like, Mercury is communication, it's ideas, exchange of ideas, and Cancer is about family, it's about emotional matters, It's about the home life, family life, building a home. And Emotep is also about home life and building a home. So I think that the major shift comes when you sit down and talk and hash it out and discuss things in an emotionally balanced place, respectful of other people's emotions. And then you make a decision. Okay, maybe I can try and understand what this decision is about. I can tell it's emotional. It's something that changes in your emotions, that elicits that decision, that informs that decision, and that it's something about your ideas and how to materialize your dreams. Maybe your objectives might change also. Oh, the tower. There's this big revelation. There's this big, like you see things clearly, suddenly. And there's this decision to, possibly it's going to be something like scrap that. I will start something new. The Nine of Swords. The Three of Wands. The Four of Swords. And the Hanged Man. This is really just having a completely different perspective on something. And I think that that is the most important takeaway from this. And it can be a little bit of a rough lesson in a way. Because you're like seeing the whole picture, seeing the full picture again. I also feel like there's something here about protection, that maybe someone was kind of protecting themselves from a certain reality, like not wanting to confront that reality. Because Masters is about that mastery of facing your deepest fears. So maybe this decision here is to face I think you're going to see something so different in such a different way, that you're going to decide to confront a deep fear that you have. And it's going to have great benefits to you. It's going to give you a lot of peace of mind. It's going to improve the relationship with others. And it's also going to be very productive. It's going to have this immediate beneficial effect on your projects, on your mind, on how you operate. It's very interesting. The Ten of Wands. It's going to release you from a lot of pressure, from a lot of responsibility. It's going to feel very liberating, because the Hanged Man to me is also about liberating yourself from outdated views of the world or opinions. Wow, the Knight of Discs. So it's like opening your path towards this construction again, towards the building of this strong foundation, strong home, strong structure, because the Knight of Discs is slowly working on things and constant effort. But it is a proactive energy. So having a more proactive, because the Page of Discs sometimes is a little bit inwardly directed. The Page of Discs, the Page of Pentacles, sometimes to me means more working on yourself than really working on something outside. Specifically this, in this deck, I always consider the Princess of Pentacles as someone who is working either behind the scenes or is very low key, low profile, and is not really, very, it doesn't really show like the results yet, or the work is not really visible. It's something that is done in the background. But the Knight of Discs is slow moving, but it's forward. It's movement forward, although it's slow. It's also planting the seeds or building the foundation, because the Knight of Discs is really about the basics to me. It's not so much the complex or subtle reasoning or subtle ideas or very ornate, it's very basic. It's the groundwork, it's the structure, the basis, the very basics. So that major shift is about a possible confrontation with a group of people, family members maybe, or someone who is very close to your heart that is a part of your project, family project. It can also be like a corporate enterprise, something that is a collective energy, a collective effort, but that people are very emotional about. And confronting, meeting, confronting is facing a fear, is about facing the deepest fears, but also about combining opposite views and opposite opinions, life philosophies possibly, or emotional differences. And that is the major shift that I see happening. Maybe we get some timing for you also. How about timing for this? This meeting seems to be the most important thing that is happening. So when? The Nine of Cups. I'm trying to see. I feel like it's going to be pretty soon. None of the readings today had a very long span, like years or something like that. It was just months tops. And in this case, I can see it's either 9 days, 9 months, or 9 days, 9 months, or it's also telling me that timing is not as important. Sorry, time is not as important as timing. So the best timing is when people are kind of in this Nine of Cups state of mind or emotional state. The best time for this to happen is when everyone is feeling good, has their cup filled. Possibly it's the best time to face negativity because you have a lot of power. You have the stamina is there. Yeah, that's how I feel about this. Very interesting. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.